definitely going to join a gym now. All right. Bringing out the next comedian, everybody. Put your hands together for Jeff Feiler, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Feiler, and I'm a criminal defense attorney. I really love what I do. I get to represent all sorts of interesting people, psychos, sociopaths, perverts. Those are just the judges. Went to the University of Miami Law School. My wife eventually became a judge. She would put people in jail. I would get people out of jail. It's made for an excellent business model. And some very confused children. I have two beautiful daughters. We try to be good parents, teach them not to make mistakes. But my older daughter, she became a lawyer anyway. My younger daughter, she sells medical marijuana in Colorado. She's in a growing industry. I opened my own office in 1985. My motto is reasonable doubt for a reasonable fee. My B&I friends here asked me, Jeff, how do you decide how much to charge for a particular case? I have a very simple business model. Mortgage plus car payment equals fee. I sometimes represent women charged with prostitution. I get to charge them $300 an hour for a change. I get paid up front because I don't want to get screwed. Now, people ask me, Jeff, how can you represent rapists? Well, I guess I just have a soft spot for members of the clergy. Represent somebody who you know is guilty. And I say, usually quite successfully. You know, jurors are people, and people could be convinced of just about anything. You know, we're talking about 6 people who couldn't figure out how to get out of jury duty. Think of some of the people you were once married to. I am representing a guy who really is guilty. He actually is guilty. He's committing mail fraud. He really can't help himself. He's a transvestite. People ask me, Jeff, how can you represent murderers? Well, I explain that homicide is sometimes justifiable. Say, for example, the killing of Russell Crowe after you hear him singing Les Mis. And sometimes homicide is accidental. One of my clients was simply hooking up a guy's nuts to a car battery when it slipped into drive. Both of them were really shocked. I'm really excellent at plea negotiating. Back in the days when they had the electric chair, I was able to get my client a lesser charge. 50,000 volts instead of 100,000 volts. They don't use old Sparky anymore. Now they inject a cocktail filled with drugs. In fact, you ladies can get an interesting cocktail right here at the Improv. Just leave your drink on the table unattended when you go to the restroom. I have one client who was charged with sodomy. I was able to persuade the prosecutor that he was merely traveling too fast for conditions resulting in a rear-end collision. Got reduced to tailgating. Some of my clients aren't the brightest. One young man was attempting to pull an armed robbery of a convenience store to steal cartons of Marlboro. The clerk told him, sorry, you have to be at least 21 to steal cigarettes. My client showed him his ID. I had this very sexy lady come to my office to talk to me about a case. Yeah, she had arthritis. She asked me what I could do for her. I assured her that I could get her off. She asked me what we would do in the meantime. I said, well, we'll just have to stick it out together. This gorgeous Creature eventually went to trial, but the jury couldn't reach a unanimous verdict. There were 5 for acquittal. Those were well-hung jurors. And one guy couldn't make up his mind. He came up a little bit short. I have a client who rides a go-fast motorcycle. In fact, an official gave him a document certifying that he could do 140 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. He asked the cop to give him a break, so the cop hit him with his baton. He asked the cop to give him a warning. The cop warned him not to ask for any more breaks. Told the cop, if I get one more speeding ticket, my mother is going to kill me. So the cop took him into protective custody. In my profession, I sometimes use Latin expressions, such as corpus delicti, which translates literally as cunnilingus. I became a cunning linguist. Another Latin expression I use is ex post facto. That's the screwing which occurs right after corpus delicti. Well, I really enjoy doing DUI cases, so in my professional opinion, you should all be drinking heavily. Thank you.